So, AI. We're at an inflection point that, and I want to be precise, is probably the most significant technological transition in human history. More significant than electricity. More significant than the internet. I'm not being hyperbolic. I'm actually being conservative. And yet, most people are using these tools to write slightly better emails. It's like having access to a nuclear reactor and using it to charge your phone. Today, you'll learn to stop charging your phone. We'll cover how to build with AI, actually build, and how to talk to it properly. What is the actual delta between someone who uses AI and someone whose output goes up by a factor of 10? That's the real question. One person generates output. The other person ships products. Generating output is just sophisticated autocomplete. Shipping is a 10 times outcome. Part 1. Vibe coding. It sounds casual, but it's how you go from writing 100 lines of code to shipping entire systems in an afternoon. Vibe coding is a methodology. The wrong ways will cause production outages. Ask Amazon. The right ways make you the most productive person in the room. Understand how LLMs work. Step 1. Pre-training. The model ingests a staggering amount of text. It's pattern matching at an intuitive scale. Fine-tuning shapes behavior. RLHF is why Claude is thoughtful. But these models weren't trained on your codebase or your internal schema. Without context, it makes assumptions based on the internet. Most common is not most correct. You must supply the context, explicitly, every time. Context windows have limits. Don't solve a huge problem in one prompt. Break it into sequential chunks. That's the correct architecture. Rule 2, think before you prompt. People violate this constantly. You type something in a hurry and hit enter. Bad move. Claude produces an answer, and immediately your brain anchors to it. You stop asking if it's right and start asking how to refine it. That's a bad trade. Before you open Claude, sketch your own approach, a rough outline, a few bullet points. What would I do first? Then run the prompt. Compare the gap between your sketch and the output. That gap shows implicit assumptions you forgot. It's failure mode analysis before you build. Rule 3. Prompt for the hard cases. Engineer 1 ships the happy path. Engineer 2 asks, what happens if the network drops? How does this behave at scale? What if the function receives null? Engineer 1 ships bugs. Engineer 2 ships systems. Be Engineer 2. Silent failures are the worst. You don't know they're happening until something downstream breaks. Ask Claude to interrogate its own output, especially when you're touching payment logic or access control. Those areas require Engineer 2 every single time, no exceptions. Rule 4. Review at every step, not at the end. AI-generated code looks right, but wrong, but plausible code is dangerous. Obviously, broken code gets caught. Wrong but plausible code ships. Review each chunk. Don't let errors compound into a falling tower. Rule 5. You own the code you commit. The AI is a tool. You are the engineer. If it breaks, don't say the robot did it. At Tesla, robots do the work, but humans are responsible for the system. If you can't explain what the code does, do not commit it. Understanding is easy now. Ask Claude to explain the underlying concept generally. Understand why the pattern exists. That's how you learn. Part 2. Prompting. Most people treat Claude like a vending machine. Press buttons, get output. That's not going to cut it anymore. The people who learn to communicate with these systems will have an enormous advantage. 10 techniques. Let's see if you're actually doing them. Technique 1. Be specific. Write me an email is weak. Give it tone, audience, goal, and constraints. A specific prompt saves rounds of iteration. Technique 2. Tell it who the audience is. Founder, developer, user. 5 extra words change the entire vocabulary and complexity. Use it. Technique 3. Assign a role. Act as a skeptical engineer doesn't just change tone, it changes the stance. You'll get concerns you missed. Technique 4. Constraints. More constraints produce better output. Claude doesn't get tired or annoyed. Precision is not a restriction. Technique 5. Show an example. Few-shot prompting. Paste what works and say, write more like this. Claude is a master at pattern matching. Technique 6. Think step by step. It forces the model to work sequentially. You can't interrogate a conclusion, but you can interrogate a chain of reasoning. Technique 7. Iterate. Don't restart. Stay in the conversation. Refine it. Shorter, more casual, change the opening. Don't throw away context. Technique 8. Where it excels. Writing, research, synthesis, brainstorming. Ask for more than you need. The interesting ideas are never in the first 5. Technique 10. Visualizations. Claude can generate charts and diagrams. It changes how fast you can communicate complicated ideas to stakeholders. Use it. These aren't 2 skill sets. It's 1 skill set. Thinking with AI. Think first. Give context. Review carefully. Own the output. That's clarifying. I'll leave you with 3 questions. Where has it failed you? What's your most important prompt? And where are you shipping output you don't understand? That's where your risk is concentrated. Now you have the tools to fix it. All right? Let's talk.